Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am a color junkie. This is week 3 of my Mythic World challenge. And for those persons who are just joining, this is a reminder that I have declared August my Mythic World challenge month, particularly because coloring mythical creatures is hard for me and I realized I needed more practice. I have been tracking my progress over the last 3 weeks to see if it is possible to improve in such a short space of time. I have chosen the Druk on page 22 of Mythic World by Kerby Rosanes for this week's challenge. The Druk, as you can see, is a dragon from Bhutanese mythology. At the end of the video, I will do a comparison of all the illustrations from Mythic World that I have colored so far, so that you can help me determine if there has been any noticeable improvement. Feel free to leave comments down below sharing your thoughts on my progress. You can also grade me from 1 to 10. 1 being poor and 10 of best quality. At the end of the video, I will give you my own score. All the colors I have used are listed in the description below if you so fancy. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy this coloring experience. Let me catch you up with what has taken place so far. I started with the background using my basic soft pastels. The colors I used are sky blue, floral pink, ultramarine blue, floral orange, and purple. After the background, I did the mountain with my usual technique. First, I colored the entire mountain in ginger yellow. Then I followed with shading the shadows using apricot yellow, light ochre, and burnt umber for the darkest parts of the mountain. Adding the shadows is one of my favorite parts of this exercise. For some reason, I find it very relaxing, and the results are usually awe-inspiring. You will see what I'm talking about once I'm finished with the mountain. Wow, it's coming along very nicely. Do you see what I'm talking about? The mountain looks majestic. I then did the temple. Not sure what it is, but it looks like a temple. I colored it in blue. Then in blue, I used apricot yellow, and I also used autumn gold because the temple appeared to have some windows, and I wanted to give the impression that the lights were on and you could see that from the outside. After the temple, I moved on to the Druk. I started with his belly, coloring with the lightest shade for that area, which is the light orange yellow. Then I added darker shades using dark yellow and desert yellow to create a shadowing effect. I decided to color the rest of the Druk in a greenish blue color. I first colored the entire length of the dragon in light aqua green, as you can see. Then I added shadows with light emerald green, mineral green, and greenish blue. Greenish blue is the darkest color out of the lot. This time around, I chose bold, bright colors for my protagonist to create the effect I wanted. And I must say, I am pretty pleased with how this dragon turned out. The Druk's hair and fin, well, I don't know what else to call it. I don't know the anatomy of a dragon, but it looks like a fin to me, so I'm calling it a fin. So the hair and the fin I did in, I'm not sure how to pronounce this word, cochineal red and warm yellow. I did it that way so that it would have a fiery effect, or so that the hair would look like flames. And I want it to look like flames because dragons are associated with fire. So I chose those colors because I was thinking along that line. The pastels I used for the background were not popping the way I wanted them to. So I went over the pastels and I sealed them with my Color pencils. Namely the cochineal red, orange, carmine red, fresh red, light pink, and pumpkin yellow. So I used these colors to give the appearance of a sunset or sunrise. For the blending, I used my color blender. And for the upper part of the illustration, I did that in light blue, and then I followed with light sky blue. And of course, I would have used the color blender to help with the blending or the transition of the colors. Parts of the cloud were done with orange red and the shallow pink to give the impression they were reflecting the light from the sun as it went down or as it came up. The upper part of the clouds was done in light gray, and I colored the darker areas using gray. I am now doing the Druk's talons in apricot yellow and light ochre. The globes were then colored using blue, ultramarine, orange red, and pumpkin yellow. I am almost finished and I love it. I love the palette, the blending, and the shading, although I could still improve in the latter, but this is quite an improvement, and I give myself 7 out of 10 for this. Now let us look at all the previous pages I have colored from Mythic World and let me know what your score is. The first page I colored from Mythic World is the Brazilian Ayara. I did this in July. The second page I did is Changi and the Moon Rabbit. The third page is Jorogumo Yokai. This I did last week. And of course, last but not least, is my favorite so far, the Druk. Alright guys, so remember you can score my improvements in the comments below between 1 and 10, 1 being poor and 10 being of best quality. Thanks again for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.